Hello and welcome, guys, to the Info Assault, hosted by yours truly, Thomas James Arelis Carpenter. You may notice the music in the background. That's live, currently, on air, and we just have to keep something playing for them. However, we're going to be going live on Facebook immediately, and we will be having Shannon coming live. Now, Shannon's doing some pretty incredible stuff lately, and it's going to be something that you're definitely going to want to see. Simultaneously, I'm actually going to be using a computer to share some of this stuff around, and hopefully it looks like this is actually going to work here. So I hope you guys can hear the music okay. Enjoy. And I'm just going to be trying to share this around to some of the pages, like I Hate Donald Trump, and things as such. Anti-Donald Trump, jessfm.ca. And that was Vadance and yours truly, Thomas James Arelis Carpenter, singing Sweet Dreams in the style of Marilyn Manson. You can find that particular video posted on YouTube if you just search my name, Thomas James Arelis Carpenter, A-R-E-L-I-S. And coming up next for you guys, we're going to be playing a rendition of Creep, performed by yours truly, Thomas James Arelis Carpenter. Enjoy. So you guys can probably still hear me, but the guys on the radio, they don't have it coming in live anymore. Let's get this shared up a couple more places here.
Just like an angel, just like an angel. It makes me cry.
Boom. Alright, so we've just got this shared with Jess FM. So hopefully anybody from Jess FM will be joining us soon. We are going to continue to share this with a few more places while we get set up here. It's currently 3:33, so we've got a little bit of time.
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's you. I wanna have control. Want a perfect body, and I want a perfect soul. I want
good. It looks like the comments work as well. We have one person watching us live. It's probably me. So, there's that. But again,
What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. She's running out again. She's running out. Run, run, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, whatever you want. You're so very special, special. I wish I was special, wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a
hello.
weirdo.
Hello to both of you.
What the hell am I doing here?
I'm just going to be going back on live radio in just a second here, so give me one moment.
I don't belong.
And that was a rendition of Creep by yours truly, Thomas James Arelis Carpenter. Two of me actually joining myself. Coming up next for you, we're going to be playing Play That Song. This was originally done by Train, but this rendition is going to be done by yours truly and someone by the name of Enjoy the Journey. So enjoy the song.
One that makes me go all day long. The one that makes me think of you. That's all you gotta do.
Well, thank you, Kathy. We're actually going to be having a model come on pretty soon here. Her name is Shannon. Should be good. Should be interesting. She's doing some crazy stuff, actually. But I'm going to wait to let her tell you about it. But, I even like prepared stuff. Pages of stuff. Yeah, straight up. I'm ready. And she'll be getting here, within 15, 20 minutes, I'd guess. Hey, Mr. Guitar, when you gonna strum it? My girl just heard this song and you should play it 'cause she loves it.
Can you give me a good hug? Can you get your fingers sticking now? I'll throw some money in your cup, mister, please don't let me down.
When you gonna play that song? Why you gotta hesitate? When you gonna play that song and make my day, she says. Makes me go, ooh. statements. Hey, what kind of music do you guys like? We got a little bit of time here, and I gotta keep playing stuff on the live radio. So give me a genre. Anybody? Shall I pick? And that was a rendition of "Play That Song" by Train. Now, let's get something a little bit different here. We're going to play, let's get some Ricky Martin. We're going to get She Bangs by Ricky Martin, sung by me, of course, but 5 of them.
Your administrator.
Enjoy.
My request. I hate Donald Trump. Find us on Facebook. My name is Thomas James.
You guys don't go anywhere. Shannon's outside and she needs me to find her. So, enjoy the music. There's actually a video if you wanted to watch it as well. It's on YouTube, but you can't see it right now. I'll be right back.
Velvet Rectangles. And this is Tequila.
Talk to me, tell me your name. You blow me up like it's all the same.
Stay here. Don't go anywhere. Seriously. I'll be right back.
Yeah, baby. Talk to me, tell me your sign. You're switching sides like a Gemini. You're playing games and now you're hitting my heart like a drum. Yeah, baby. Well, lady luck, it's on my side. We're gonna rock this town alive. I'll let her rough me up till she knocks me out. Because she walks like she talks, and she talks like she walks, and she bangs, she bangs. Oh, baby, when she moves, she moves. I go crazy because she looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Like every girl in history.
I gotta text her. Still here? Well, good. Good. Sent a text, so you probably got cut out a little bit there, but it's good. You're still here. Let's check some comments. Roger Waters on tour, eh? Interesting. Alright, we'll come back by 4, because that's when we got somebody here. I mean, there's got to be at least 2-3 other people here. Who else is here? Why don't you say something?
Like every girl in history, and she bangs, wasted by the way she moves, no one ever looked so fine. She reminds me that a woman's got one thing on her mind.
Yeah, thank you. That was another rendition sung by yours truly. That time it was She Bangs, originally by Ricky Martin, but that was sung by 5 versions of me. I know that probably a significant portion of you are probably related to the anti-Trump groups as well as the I hate Donald Trump groups. No, I mean, there's couple of you watching at least. Definitely speak up, say something, ask a question. I am your administrator. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I am the administrator for both of these groups, and if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, queries, qualms, complaints, whatever, let me know. I'll be here for a while yet, honestly. This interview is gonna be good. She's a model. She should be showing up any second now. She texted me. She was just down the block, so probably grabbing a parking spot. And I'm wearing a cape. I don't know if you knew that. It's a cape. It's a full cape. There's a reason for the full cape, which if you're listening from jessfm.ca, definitely log online and check one of the websites there. This should be playing live, and you'll be able to see the picture. But we've decided it's wear your cape to work day, or wear your cape to the interview day anyways. So Shannon is going to be wearing a cape as well, hopefully. In theory, that was the plan. That is the plan, but I'll let you. It was actually not my idea for any of this. But I agree with it because capes are cool. Who doesn't like capes? But that's going to be one of the interesting things. So anyways, we are still live on air here. So let's get something else playing. What else do we like? How about... Oh, hey, do you guys like James Blunt at all? Let's You're Beautiful by James Blunt and me, actually.
Hi, my name is Thomas James Arelis.
Yeah, let's sing it together.
Blunt, are you ready?
Okay, buddy.
Enjoy.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do it, man.
My life is brilliant. It's pretty good.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
My feet, do.
My life is brilliant.
Cruise around.
My love is pure.
See what's going down. God, I hate Donald Trump.
Oh, that I'm sure.
There's always 1,000 things to do here. You guys wouldn't believe how much we do.
With another man. I won't sleep all night. I got a plan. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Hello, people. Hello.
You're beautiful.
We'll be starting really soon here. No worries. Just you can hang out. You can ask questions like you are live. You can comment and I'll see it and I can answer you or whatever. You can ask what we're doing. Or, we're gonna be doing really interesting things really quickly here.
'Cause I'll never be with you. Awesome. Nice. Take it away.
All right.
Yeah, she caught my eye as we walked on by.
She could see from my face that I was flying high. I don't think
That I'll
see her again, but we shared a moment that will last till the end. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place,
and I don't know what to do. 'Cause I'll never be with you. La la la, la la la, la la la. You're beautiful.
Oh, I think I hear somebody.
You're beautiful.
I do hear somebody. Shannon, how's it going? Nice to meet you. I should warn you, as soon as you walk in, you're already live. But not on air, you're just on Facebook Live. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna totally shatter your world, and, but yeah, so welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm just gonna go.
Absolutely, no, take your time, here's the garbage, and yep. Get yourself comfortable, do whatever you'd like. We still have time. I mean, you're still 10 minutes early, but I got this set up so that people would actually start watching in the meantime.
Perfect.
And they have, there's a couple that have been popping in and out, but they know that it should be starting at about 4 o'clock. And yeah, so this should be interesting.
I didn't know it was gonna be on camera too. I thought this is just radio.
Surprise.
Thanks.
What do you think the cape's for?
Well, it's for me.
Inspiration, right?
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's It's definitely on camera. I mean, from the waist up, you know.
Perfect. So it doesn't matter that I just wear socks?
No, it looks honestly, yeah. No, I totally didn't even recognize that you weren't wearing shoes.
I was
They're
just
like
talking to a cop too because I got lost and I'm like, hey, so where's this place? But they didn't even know I was not wearing
shoeless.
shoes. Yeah, they didn't even say anything.
Right on, right on. So, I mean, it looks like actually there's a lot more people logging in now that you're here because apparently things are way more interesting than somebody else on the...
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sure they
no,
wanna
I get
see
it. I
you.
understand.
They
It's just my
probably wanna
feelings.
see you.
No, I would wager they're probably here to see you. Ooh. Pretty. What's this? Let's look at it together. It is On Foot Across Alberta, a journey to find a cure. Visit www.facebook.com/journey-across-alberta/ to help support Shannon's cause and learn more about what you can do to help find a cure for multiple sclerosis. But that just interview is done. I mean,
They're done.
so I should probably tell you, you're on the opposite side of where you need to be. This is your chair. But if you've got your cape, I did mention that there would be a cape, but they don't know why there's a cape. They don't understand. And yeah, no.
It is wear a cape day.
Oh yes, huge capes. But why don't you have a seat here and
Okay.
yeah, show off your cape a little. I mean, you can see yourself on camera.
look at
there.
this.
Yeah. So
Oh, wait,
it's a giant adorned cape with all sorts of patches and signatures and
here's a piece
all kinds of great
pictures.
stuff.
Yes, I'm hoping to fill it up.
You know, I wager it'll probably get filled up.
Yeah, you have to
And-
sign it before I leave.
And t-shirt. It is a very that is a custom t-shirt if I ever saw one. What
Am I allowed to?
you know
Shit.
I'm trying to think if there's any possible way that anybody would say no, but I what's the worst case scenario? It's honestly, it's live and we're just on the radio here. I hope we're on the radio. Now we're on the radio. We are actually live now on radio. Joining us live is Shannon. Now, I've been contemplating. How do you pronounce your last name? I've come up with like 4 different ways that it really could be, but it depends what language you speak, right?
I want to hear you say it.
Aginnes?
No.
Agines?
No.
Aginnes?
Okay, so that's so technically that's not my last name.
Well, that's good, but that doesn't answer.
So I put it so it sounds like shenanigans.
So, Shannon Aginnes
Yeah, Shannon.
makes more sense. You know, I was toiling over that. It struck me as odd. It really did. And I was like, I worked at a pawn shop for 5 years and I did telesurveying for 2 and like, I read names is what I did. And that was a new one. So what's your real last name?
Berkman.
Berkman.
Yeah.
Excellent. That makes
little
way
easier
more
to
sense.
say.
Cool. So, welcome Shannon Berkman to the show.
Thank
now,
you.
I know that these mics, this one in particular, you may have to sit a little closer to, but it should be fine, you know, as long as you speak up like you are. You're doing perfectly fine. It's the people that don't have a super loud voice that need to sit a little bit closer. This one picks us up great either way, but we don't want to cover your face. That's bad planning. Okay, this will work fine. You know what? That'll be just great. So, welcome.
Thank you.
This is great. I'm excited. So what we're doing today is we're interviewing you. I've typed up a whole bunch of stuff here, obviously. I mostly use it for my assistance in case I forget what I'm going to be talking about.
Perfect.
But what I would like to talk about first is why I'm on today. It's Thursday. Normally I'm on Saturdays. I don't know if you knew that, but I have a regular show Saturdays.
Yes.
Yes. We are here specifically for you today.
For me? You
And-
came in just for me?
I did actually.
Aw,
Yeah.
thanks,
I don't know
because
if
it's
you knew that.
National Wear a Cape Day, right?
Well, that is one of the excellent reasons that I decided to make this a definite yes. But the timing of this, it's the 31st today.
It is.
What happens tomorrow?
September 1st.
Yes. Isn't
It
that
is
when
a-
you start?
It is.
What do you start?
I'm going across Alberta on foot for MS.
So like across it? Like sideways from
Saskatchewan border to BC border.
That's really far. I don't know if you guys like a province is way bigger than most states. So what kind of distance are we talking about here?
It's only like 400 kilometers.
Only 400 kilometers.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, what's that? How much? I mean, like an hour or 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean I mean, so like, are we talking days here
Yes.
or okay? So you're sleeping and
Yes.
how does that work?
Well, It's just me in a backpack. So literally just me, no support vehicle, nothing like that. So I'm just packing one of those air tubes.
Oh yeah, I've seen those, and you tie them up, and they're super comfy looking.
Yeah, they really are, and it's super light.
Oh, I had, they looked like they were really good inventions. I saw them on Facebook, actually. That's where I saw.
Yeah, so that's
awesome.
kind of my plan for sleeping. I will be stopping in Pincher Creek and staying with one of my friends, and other than that, I'm just going to power through it.
Excellent. So, it sounds like you've got at least 2 nights planned out.
Yeah.
How many do you plan on taking?
Depends on weather.
Yeah, weather's going to be a big one.
And the smoke, I'm a little...
Oh, I hadn't even considered.
just breathing it in, so...
Well, that'll definitely tire you out way faster. Like, just the inability to get as much oxygen in because you've got all this other crap that's getting in the way.
That's right.
So, no, that's, so, I mean, it could be up to a week then, or?
It could be. I have taken 2 weeks off work.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Well, you gotta recuperate too, right?
Well, if I finish early, I might go to Vegas or something. You never know,
Celebrate,
right?
Who knows? What, are you going to run there too?
Maybe I'll just make a detour.
Absolutely. No, we're going to Vegas now. We're going to make some serious money. So.
Yeah.
Oh, let's make sure that this keeps going here, because it should be charging, but obviously that would be way too easy. So, let's see. So I guess we got some of this down here. Now, I would assume that the way to support you would be going to the Facebook here.
Yes.
The www.facebook.com/journeycrossalberta/ and that would be how you specifically help. That's incredible.
I'm a magician too.
No, that's awesome. Actually, these are printed out pretty nice quality stuff too here. So, but yeah, so what kind of support are you looking for?
I'm definitely trying to raise money for MS research. My friend contacted me that has MS, so I'm kind of doing it for them, for motivation, that kind of stuff, and definitely to try to get more awareness out of the disease.
Absolutely, absolutely. And have you ever done anything like this before, or is this just kind of a first-time thing for you?
Going across Alberta, it's a first time.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's an accomplishment. So
yeah, I do lots to try to make the world a better place. But yeah, this is the first time going across the province.
Excellent, excellent. So, I mean, I imagine you can't just kind of sign up and jump into the race and just do it. There's probably a lot of, prior preparation, training, practice, things like that.
Yes.
And especially for something like, going 400 kilometers with a backpack, there might be some perhaps different training routines than what an average person would do.
A little bit, yes.
What do you do to get ready for all this kind of stuff?
Well, I have a trainer and a nutritionist. He does all my training for me.
Oh, that's great. So you sit back and watch him, or?
No, he designs all my training programs.
Cool. So you have training programs then.
Yes.
And what are those? I mean, I had a trainer for a while.
Yeah.
And he would help me make programs as well. And he would, for me, I wasn't trying to do anything in particular, but it would be like maybe 8 or 10 different exercises, and you do like 3 sets of 10 or 12 or whatever, and then you go home and you come back in a week and you go, yeah, I feel good. But I wager that wouldn't get me across the province, would it?
So I train every day.
Okay, every day. Every day. That's...
My weight training, like I still lift weights. I have a 20-pound weight vest on. My cardio, I have 10 pounds in my backpack. And then occasionally I'm carrying 2 10-pound dumbbells in each hand. So that's 30 pounds doing cardio.
Wow, that's a lot of extra weight.
It is.
So, I mean, you're doing a rather large percentage additional to your body mass just for regular training, and then when you actually go on the race, you're not going to be doing any of that. You're going to have all that extra weight taken off.
That's right. So you train harder so that when you do it, it's a little bit easier.
Excellent. And do you do like indoor training mostly, or outside?
Both.
Or okay, what do you prefer?
I actually like the mixture of both. I love being outside, but I still like lifting the weights and being in the gym environment. So
now, I cruise Facebook a little bit, and I've seen some weird workout videos. Like I've seen some dudes doing some just. I mean, some of them are obviously not doing anything useful at all, but some of them are doing some really, really intense things, like flipping tractor trailers, or I don't know, whatever.
Tractor trailers?
Or what have you. I'm like, that's some serious stuff there. I mean, you can only do it the once, but
still, it's a trailer.
So what kinds of crazy stuff do you do?
So I guess my craziest is I actually train without shoes.
Train without shoes, and I assume that's why you're not wearing shoes now.
It is.
And why?
So, I was actually born with scoliosis.
Oh,
So I have an S-shaped spine.
I doesn't look like it.
I know.
Why? That's. I mean, you've got me fooled. You've got me. Now, if I know anything about scoliosis, that's not one of those ones that kind of gets better over time. That's kind of one of those ones that gets worse. And you distinctly look like you have great posture.
Well, thanks.
So why don't you explain what?
So how? What?
Yeah, I mean, as
What?
articulate as I can be.
So, I was 15 when I found out I had it. Doctors pretty much told me that I was going to live with it or get the surgery. Many years later, about 20 years later, I decided to try to fix it and straighten out my spine. I found a really good trainer at Gold's, Ian Davis.
Shout out to Ian.
He actually helped me, and we worked really hard for 2 years to straighten it. We did a lot of muscle imbalance training, so the people that looked like they didn't know what they were doing at the gym, that was probably me.
Oh,
Because
fantastic.
what I had to do the right side, I actually had to do the opposite to the left side. So I was strengthening one side and stretching the other side. So yeah, I really
Interesting.
didn't know. Like it looked like I didn't.
Well, whatever you did, it looked, I mean, congratulations, because that's got to have been a really difficult thing to accomplish. And
It was.
now you've brought yourself past that point of, I mean, it's a disability, right?
It is. It
So-
is. But
For you, it doesn't seem to be really holding you back at all. You've brought yourself past the point of any disability and past the point of most average people to the point where you can run across properties. So that seems like an awesome experience.
thank you.
Let's see. I mean, I can only imagine when you have such a strict routine, you got to be restricted in your diet as well.
Yep.
What does that look like?
I can't complain about my meal plan right now because I still get potatoes.
Potatoes are good. Can they be deep fried?
No.
No. Okay. So
they can be mashed.
you can mush them up. Can you
Yes.
put like cream in them? No butter, no,
No.
cream, just mashed
Just
salt and pepper. Is that
mashed
allowed?
potatoes.
Okay. Well, I love potatoes. There's nothing wrong with potatoes.
Potatoes
at all.
are the best thing
No,
in the world.
they're great. They're great. How long have you been on a potato diet?
Since I was 2.
Pretty much forever. You've got to have some protein. You've got to have protein.
I ate lots of chicken.
Chicken's, that's one of the really, really good lean proteins. What about, I've heard a lot of people like fish as well. What do you think of fish?
I'll eat it when I have to.
When you have to. So it's not really restricted on your diet, you just don't like it?
Right.
Makes sense.
I prefer to
Makes
eat
sense.
chicken.
No, honestly, it's easier and less slimy and less from the water anyways, and we don't have much water around here, so how fresh could it be?
That's right.
But I guess that makes sense. So you've got a relatively strict diet plan, and I imagine there's no, like, pop or coffee or...
Oh, I get coffee.
You get coffee?
I get coffee.
Coffee's great. Love coffee.
Is amazing.
Love
I don't
coffee.
think I can function without coffee.
But then none of the high sugar things or anything like that. Nothing, no trans anythings.
No.
Makes sense. But that definitely explains how you're able to make your body work
Yes.
better.
More
When you
efficiently.
actually put the proper ingredients in, you get the
That's
better
right.
results out.
That's right.
Now, what else do we want to talk about here? I would wager that nobody watching this would have any idea how old you are, first off, or any idea about anything else. And so far you've said that you were 15 at one point, and that it took you 3 years to rectify your situation here. But do you have any are you living with your parents still, or is that
No.
No. Oh, you moved. Okay, so what's how's that going? What's your when you're not training to run across provinces and fixing scoliosis? What do you do with your time?
Well, I do have 2 kids. My oldest is 19 and my youngest is 17.
Fantastic. So, wow. Again, nobody would ever have guessed, I'm sure.
Yeah. And
Do you spend a lot of time with them then?
I do. They are older and they don't think mama's cool anymore.
Absolutely. They want to branch out, do their own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So, do they still live at home with you then, or are they
No.
moving out? Or?
No, they're doing their own thing.
Excellent. So you've got the brand new Okay, we're back. You guys missed it. This bikini bodybuilding. That's for the International Drug Free Association.
Yes.
Bikini bodybuilding. And how long ago was that?
That was in June.
That was like last
3 months.
So you're a bikini bodybuilder. How did you do? Did you?
I placed fourth,
You
which
placed
is
fourth.
really good considering I had to straighten out my spine first. So I was like extremely happy.
No kidding. I mean, how many competitors are in those types of things?
Well, it depends on the class. So there was 7 in my class, so I finished like right in the middle. But you couldn't tell that I actually had scoliosis. So.
Well, I wagered the other 3 didn't either. So no, I mean that's incredible. All right, do you plan on doing more of that type of thing?
Yes. Yeah, I'm competing again in the spring.
Is that the first one you've ever done?
Second.
Second. How did the first one go?
The first one was a little bit character building. My left QL still needed some more work, and it was a good experience. I definitely wanted to do it again, and I learned lots. So I didn't place, but that's okay. I definitely came out with more knowledge.
Well, I mean, it's quite an accomplishment to even go into one of those competitions.
It's character building.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you have another one coming up?
Yeah.
And do you train differently for those, or is it all kind of the same type of training?
Your meal plans change.
Okay.
So less carbs and.
Yeah, and I know complex carbs. Those are good for running. Why is that?
Because your body uses it and it creates energy, but it spreads it out longer, so you're fuller longer.
Absolutely. It takes a lot longer to actually expend the energy, and you're going to be able to keep using it faster, which is pretty much the opposite of, say, like a soda or something.
Right, because
Where
it's like quick.
Exactly. So when you're trying to do those long distances, from a professional, you got to eat your complex carbohydrates. Well, so other than potatoes, what else would you recommend for people who are doing endurance things?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. All right, oatmeal. Now, we were talking about bikini bodybuilding and how meal plans change.
Yeah.
And so you said less carbs for that. And what do you supplement it with?
Protein. So, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just you personally, of course.
Me personally, I was down to about 30 grams of carbs, before I competed. So the biggest switch was just getting your body back used to carbs and increasing the cardio, because I competed on Saturday and Wednesday. I'm phoning my trainer. I'm like, I'm ready. Let's switch it. He's like, you have to give your body some time.
No kidding. I mean, it sounds like you're a pretty intense kind of person.
You set your mind to something and you just want to do it.
I can believe it. So, do you, aside from, training 27 hours a day, do you work, or?
I do.
Oh, incredible. What do you do for work?
I'm a massage therapist.
Awesome. Bikini building massage therapist. Okay. Go on. How long have you done that for?
2.5 years.
And do you like it?
I love it.
Sweet. So I assume you went to the college then?
No, I actually went to the Southern Alberta Institute of Massage.
SAAM?
SAIM.
SAIM, Southern Alberta Institute of Massage. And
Yeah.
where's that? What is that?
It's in Lethbridge, and it's just a smaller course, more hands-on institute for massage. Yeah.
Hands-on for massage.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good course. That makes a lot of sense. So you finished that 2.5 years ago here?
Yeah.
And you've been doing that full-time ever since, presumably?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you do it out of your home, or do you go to an actual place, or?
No, I work at a physio place.
Okay, so you actually do it for physiotherapy patients and whatnot?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's excellent. Have you ever been to any schooling for anything else? Thought about it?
No, I'm quite content where I am.
Yeah.
I will add different modalities like bamboo and that kind of stuff into it. But no, I'm not going to switch.
Okay, so you're continuing to upgrade what you've already learned and whatnot. Have you ever actually gone back to the college to learn more things, as opposed to, I mean, it was only 2.5 years ago, so how much new could have possibly come out by now? But...
Well, there's always different, hot stone and adding things, so
Okay.
once I get back across the province, I'll be taking a few courses.
What types of things do you like to do with, I mean, I'm sure you must use some of your massage therapy knowledge in terms of your training, because I know when I trained, It sucked. It hurt, and I would just die the next day. And they'd be like, lactic acid, stretching, and I'm like, I don't need that crap. But as it turns out,
You actually do.
so massage therapy, I hear, is really good at figuring out why you need that crap. What's
Yes.
why do I feel like crap? And you seem to be doing great, and you train every single day.
Depends what you're eating.
That would help.
Depends how much water you're drinking.
Not enough.
Stretching.
None.
Rolling. Like
What's a roller?
Foam rollers.
Okay, I've heard of those. I've seen those. What are those good for?
They actually break up the lactic acid in the muscle fibers, so it kind of helps flush everything out, and then you won't be sore.
Oh, makes sense. So it's kind of like a massage with a foam thing.
Yeah.
Sweet. Massages are better, obviously.
Yes.
They would work. I should have had more massages.
You should
That's
have.
Understandable. So, I mean, this is awesome so far. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about here? I've got so much I typed up. Oh, right. There's people that are watching from all types of places. We're actually, that's cool. You know what? This mic has been recording us the whole time. But that's all right. Suddenly we've got two. But I did mention that there's going to be, up to 100,000 people from one particular group that may be watching. Specifically, they don't like the American anything.
Right.
The American current administration. What do you have any particular views? I mean, not even anything in detail, but it's always good to get the general opinion from random people. But we want to make sure that you get a wide sampling of people for this.
Right.
And I want to make sure that you Americans know, because I know there's 85% of the group is Americans. You're not isolated. So, again, no coaching or anything, but in your own words, with your own knowledge, what do you think is happening in the U.S. right now?
Well, I actually think it's quite sad. It's more like a soap opera than it should be. It's not very professional. But that's just my opinion, and I think picking a politician is almost like picking what disease you want. So
yeah, lesser of two evils kind of deal.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can only do so much, I suppose. So, not generally great is the impression that we're kind of getting.
Yeah.
Is that Jade?
It is. Yeah.
And what do you wear the jade for?
I wear it for good luck, and then the tiger's eye is for strength.
I have heard that jade is for money and luck, and tiger's eye is for strength and endurance. Have you ever heard of those?
I have.
Where'd you get yours jade from?
I got it from Jose's.
It's very pretty.
Thanks.
Very green. I used to work in a pawn shop for a few years, so I dealt with a couple of different kinds of stones and rocks
okay.
and things, and they always tend to jump out at me no matter who I'm dealing with. But, so, you said you're going to bring a backpack.
I am.
What goes in the backpack? You've got
socks.
a backpack. That's it. Considering you wear no shoes, that makes sense. Lots of socks. Different socks. I never even considered.
Yeah.
But do you wear any specific type of socks? Like
So when I started giving up shoes just so that I would be more aware of how my body was like how I was holding it on my feet so that I wouldn't get back pain. I was a little bit worried that I might have to wear shoes going across the province. And then I found these socks that are like 15 times stronger than steel. And I'm sure you've seen the videos.
I have.
So I got like all excited and I bought a pair. And they finally came in and I went out hiking and I'm like, these are great. And
they actually work.
I destroyed them.
Oh. Okay, well they worked.
So I guess I'm 16 times stronger than steel because there was nothing wrong with my
feet. If you can break steel, no worries. I believe in you. So how many pairs are you going to be packing?
Well, so after the socks, I destroyed them. I couldn't go back to shoes because that would just be wrong. So I just threw on some Lululemon socks And I went hiking,
Yeah.
and they were great. So I actually contacted Lululemon, and they donated socks for me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You actually got socks donated. That's
Yes.
incredible. No, I mean, that's really cool. So, I know that when I was actually doing some research as to why people might run without shoes,
Yeah.
it looked like, I mean, I actually did a lot more research than I probably should have into the subject. But apparently, when you go way back into human history, you look at people who didn't wear shoes, like their bones, and their feet were great.
Yeah.
Compared to ours, our feet are crap.
Well,
But I don't know necessarily, I mean, there could have been a lot of evolutionary things that might have happened, or just, you know, bread changes or whatever else. Possibly wearing shoes formed our feet wrong.
I believe they do.
And I mean, Dr. Scholl's didn't exist for most of humanity. So
Dr. Scholl's doesn't build up your muscles. It actually prevents your muscles from doing what they're supposed to do.
because they don't have to work anymore.
That's
because
right.
They're already being
So
supported.
then when your feet muscles aren't working, you're going to get compensating from somewhere.
That makes sense.
Generally, low back, glutes, performance into your QLs, your stabilizing muscles. Somewhere it has to compensate, and that's where you get your pain.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of people may not realize this, but your body isn't just made up of individual muscles.
Right.
There's actually a layer of muscles that covers your muscles. It's called fascia, and that's specifically what would cause the phenomenon of the pain and the distribution of the weights
Right.
and the whatnot to other areas. So when you don't wear shoes, you're just allowing your fascia to do the work that it's supposed to be doing anyways, is essentially what the theory is.
And the muscles.
And the muscles.
Yeah, because my feet muscles are actually able to move properly rather than being stuck in a shoe where you can't really.
There's really limited flexibility of movement and things like that.
limited range of motion in your ankle, right?
It's true. It's true. Unless you're, super lightweight and non-obstructive shoes or something like that, but
Right.
it's going to be difficult. So, have you noticed any changes since you stopped wearing shoes?
I feel way better.
You feel better.
I feel way better.
What do you mean by that?
I have when I first started giving up shoes, it's just like this amazing energy. Like your muscles don't get tired as quick. They're just the blood is flowing. It's just great. Yeah, I feel like they could go forever.
Interesting. Now, what do you? I've heard some people train at different altitudes for
Yes.
running. Why do they do that? And do you do anything like that, or have you thought about it? Or
I don't do that. I mean, I do hiking and stuff, but I don't do the altitude training just because for what I'm doing right now, I don't need it. But it will help with like your oxygen deprivation and that kind of stuff,
Fair enough.
which I might need it because of the smoke.
Well, and I mean that's kind of what I was thinking is maybe people that are more accustomed to less oxygen wouldn't be affected by the general smoke and the fires out in BC as much. Or if you could do anything to prevent that type of thing. Have you ever considered, or does anybody else ever wear any type of mask or
I've
ventilation
seen
things?
people
or?
do it at the gym. I know a few people that do it, but I personally haven't.
So, they actually have oxygen limiting masks for. Wow. Okay. Huh. That's kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd necessarily would probably
I kind of like
pass out or
oxygen,
something.
so
But yeah, no, I've become accustomed to it.
I
find
kind
it
of like it. I'm
sort
willing
of-
to give up shoes, just not oxygen.
Makes sense. That's a reasonable trade. So, I mean, you train with 30 pounds of weights. You have a strict diet. What do you do about sleep?
I fully enjoy it.
Most people really have a lot of trouble figuring out sleep. They don't. It might be they're just unaware of how it works with the sleep cycles and whatnot and what amount you need to get. And, it's easier to fall asleep if you're tired from running for 27 hours or something, right? Well, do you have any issues whatsoever, or does your sleep come absolutely naturally and you just kind of stay that way?
Yeah, pretty naturally. If I do have problems sleeping, I do listen to meditation and that kind of stuff. And But generally, I'm pretty good. I don't watch TV.
No TV. No TV. Probably no Facebook? No, there is
I do
Facebook.
have Facebook, but yeah, I don't watch TV, which I know can interrupt your sleep with
It
the
does.
lights and
It does. It
everything.
does. I believe the specific part of the brain that's messing with is the pineal gland. It's right in the center of your head.
right.
And they say that you got to get your circadian rhythms figured out in order to feel good. Like
Right.
your body is supposed to sleep when it's dark, and it's supposed to be awake when it's light. And it doesn't realize that light from a cell phone or TV screen.
It's different.
Exactly, exactly. So, how early do you start training?
It kind of depends on the day and then with work.
What time the sun comes up?
Depends. Some days I like to sleep into like 7 or 8.
Sleep in till 7 or 8. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Sleeping in till 7. So, I think we're getting a kind of an idea of what you do in a regular day here.
I do stay up later, so
So wake up early, stay up late, don't sleep, train all day, massage, eat potatoes,
yeah.
run. Honestly, it sounds like you have a really lot of fun with what you
I have
do.
way too much fun. Yeah.
I almost feel stupid for asking, but do you do anything else?
I have a ton of hobbies actually.
What do you like? What's one of your favorites?
So I do woodworking.
Woodworking. What?
Yeah.
Like with a wood and the.
No, I do woodworking without the wood.
Makes sense. Again, stupid questions get stupid answers, I guess.
So I scroll saw. So
Scroll saw. I have
it's
seen those.
shadow art in wood. So I take like a picture of I do mostly portraits. So I take
Okay.
like a face
Mm-hmm.
and I cut out the shadows in wood.
Oh, nifty. So, and then do you just do that as a complete hobby then, or do you sell them at all, or
No.
do you?
No, I generally donate them, or at Christmas, I make like small ornaments, and then I donate them to schools, and the kids paint them and keep them.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
far
awesome.
I've donated over 10,000 ornaments.
Wow. 10,000. And how long ago did you start woodworking as a hobby then?
When my youngest was in preschool, so about
So it's been a while.
15 years.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, you must be like a master woodsmith then.
No.
They say 10 years. 10 years is how long it takes to become a master at anything.
Wow.
Or 10,000 hours. Which I wager there's only so many hours in a day, but you've probably taken up more than 10,000 hours doing just about all of these things by the sound of it.
Probably. But yeah, I haven't done it for a while. I've been kind of busy and I'm trying to learn the art of nunchucks, so
The art of nunchucks.
yes.
That sounds more like a sport or like an aggressive thing for some. It doesn't strike me as a colorful, pretty scenario. It's
I did train in Taekwondo, so I do have a black belt.
Taekwondo, bikini, bodybuilder, woodworking, black belt, Taekwondo. Yeah, okay. Keep going. Sorry, I'm just, interrupting. Miss Shannon Aginnes. Yeah.
Pretty typical. What?
Obviously. Literally. Every other person I was talking to on the street is like, black belt, I got 2.
I know.
Because that's a thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
Are you a level 1, 2, 3?
Just first dan.
Just. But keep going, please. Taekwondo,
Yeah.
black belt. I wasn't sure where you were going.
So yeah, I'm trying to learn nunchucks, but
Trying to learn nunchucks.
Yeah.
So, are those like the real ones? I mean, I've seen.
No, I just have the training ones, so
Okay.
they are foam because I kind of suck still. So
I mean, real ones really hurt.
foam ones really hurt. I gave
I
myself
wager.
a black lip or a fat lip. It was so bad.
Have you ever done like fire spinning or everything?
No, but I really want to.
It is fun until you get it to touch you because it keeps burning for a second. But it's really a lot of fun, and you can just practice with like a broom.
Yeah.
You just unscrew the broom handle, and you just start spinning or whatever. And you attach some cloths to the end. The only difference is you light them on fire, and that's
Right.
it. So, but the art of nunchucks. Now, do you still do the Taekwondo and the black belt thing, or
I haven't trained. No, I've been too busy with the gym and stuff. So
makes sense?
been a few years.
Makes sense. So did you ever make any woodworking that you found just fantastic and you just keep it like on your mantle, your fireplace? What's your one favorite piece?
I actually did a portrait of Elvis.
Portrait of Elvis.
Yeah.
Is he like an idol of yours, or?
Yeah. I was born about 20, 30 years too late, but I blame my parents for that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes, I am an Elvis collector, so yeah, it's probably my favorite one.
Excellent. A collector, you say?
Yeah.
What kind of an Elvis collection are we talking about here? I worked in a pawn shop, so I am familiar with all types.
Okay, so I'm in my house. Not now, but in my last house, he might have had his own room.
An Elvis room in the Bikini Bodybuilder's house, in between woodworking.
Yeah.
What kind of things did you have in the Elvis room? I actually had a hat room, so you don't have to feel so. Yeah, no, I totally do. I had to take it down, but I've still got the hats. But keep going with the Elvis. I like this story.
So I had the Elvis plates, the plane collection, his car collection, jukebox. If it sang, I probably had it. All the
Anything that makes
Christmas,
noise.
yeah, all the Christmas ornaments, and then I took the walls, and they weren't all Elvis records, but I bought in like the 45s.
Yeah.
I bought somebody's old collection of 45s, so I just covered the walls with all these
Nice.
records. It was like so cool.
Have you ever planned on making the Elvis room again?
Maybe. You
Maybe.
never know.
Are you inspired now?
I might just go home and be like, yeah, the walk is off. I'm making the Elvis room.
Now, you mentioned earlier you meditate sometimes.
Yes.
Do you have a room for that?
No.
No. Where do you just meditate anywhere? Is that a thing?
Yes.
How does that work?
So, for me,
Yeah, everybody
I-
meditates differently, obviously. But...
I actually have a few tracks made for my hypnotherapist out of the box. Yeah, he's right there.
Oh.
So he...
Out of the box hypnotherapist James Castelli. Oh, I totally know.
So he's made some motivational ones for me, and yeah, they really help. So he's done wonders for me. So
That's excellent. That's excellent. So he helped you design these meditation tracks to go along with, I assume, his hypnotherapy services.
yeah, and just for different things that I'm like for going across Alberta, competing, and that kind of stuff.
Honestly, I mean, the power of the human brain is incredible.
Isn't
The
it?
amount of the stuff that we don't know about what we can do, that we're just finding out, scraps of little pieces of
Yeah.
evidence for, and we're like, okay, well, yeah, now we can prove that this happened, but we can't tell you any reason why it's useful or effective, but it did work.
Right.
So, I don't know if you're religious in any way, shape, or form, but they recently showed that people that were prayed for actually recovered faster, and they can't figure out why, but apparently just another group of people thinking about and their thoughts, feelings,
Yeah.
whatever, somehow is affecting remotely another group of people.
Right.
Do you think that meditation and hypnotherapy kind of fall into the same type of category, perhaps?
I do. I think the power of the mind is an amazing thing.
Now, I imagine you probably weren't always going to hypnotherapy sessions.
No.
What made you decide to try that?
Actually, I got into it more because I wanted to teach it. And I wanted to
Interesting.
be, so I kind of looked into the course, and that's kind of where I started. And yeah, I think that there's definitely things that the general population don't know about how the mind works, so I wanted to investigate more.
It's very true. It's very true. Now, I know that one of the things that affects the brain more than anything else is oxygen.
Yes.
You either have it and it's in abundance and you are functioning, or you are not.
Right.
And when you're in a high stress environment, your body will allocate oxygen where it needs it.
Yeah.
For instance, say you're running across the province. I wager you're going to need more oxygen in some of your leg muscles.
Yep.
And your heart and lungs are going to be working pretty hard. What kinds of breathing exercises do you train for to avoid overstressing when you have to run for up to a week straight?
There's a lot that I do just with just where your mind is and you're not, like.
So you want to avoid shallow breathing, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice, deep, full breaths. I've heard there's a lot of calming techniques and meditation techniques where they focus on how you should breathe and things like that. Do you have any that you use?
I have a few. Mainly it's just focusing on just remaining calm and just focusing on the positive and where you're going and not freaking out.
I've heard people who run long distances, after about 20 kilometers, they hit a metaphorical wall.
Yeah.
Now, I've never done that. I've never run anything. I go for really long walks. But I know at 20 kilometers, I go home. That's when I'm done. I'm like, okay, dog, you tired? Yes? Good. Let's go home. We're done. So that's not the point for you.
No.
Your point is to literally bust right through that.
Yep.
And to keep going. Can you maybe explain to people who have no idea what this wall is? It's not the Trump wall, by the way, but what am I talking about here? Can you explain it better than me?
It's when you absolutely want to die. You're questioning why you're doing it. You want to give up. You don't want to go any further. Your muscles are fighting you. And yeah, you don't want to go forward.
And I hear this is actually where a lot of people end up actually just giving up.
Yep.
They literally can't go any further. On a completely separate note, I heard that when you're doing like Navy SEAL training or something, they have a rule of 40%. When you hit that wall, when your brain says stop, when you think everything is going to die, you're only at about 40% of what you can do.
Right.
Does that sound about accurate to what you're going to try to do here?
Yeah, you just push through it. It's all where your mind is.
Now,
If you focus on